you guys to another fantastic episode of VPR Radio. I'm your girl QIANA the Goddess, and I'm here with the one and only
DJ FMI, and it is Bright and Thursday VPR.
Sweet. And let's just jump right into our next guest because I just saw him pull up with the skirt. Hi, Leonid. How are you?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I'm very well. Pleasure to finally connect and see you, both of you beautiful people. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. It is such a pleasure to have you. For you guys that don't know, when I didn't get a chance to meet you in person, but I came to your show some years ago. He did this iconic fashion show downtown, and it was absolutely amazing. And I was just like, wow, who is this man? And I started following you from then. So we definitely want to dip right into your journey in this fashion and as this creator and just this creative genius. And then also talk about this amazing show that you have happening next week on June 25th.
Absolutely. Well, QIANA, thank you so much. It means the world to me for you to say that, not only because you brought some amazing memories just a second ago, but also because, so many more exciting things happening, and you guys are absolutely invited. So have no doubt about that. We'll talk about everything. That was in Angel Orange Sons, iconic place. Daphne Guinness shot her fashion movie there. Alexander McQueen showed his first American collection there, and Sarah Jessica Parker got married there, actually. So the venue is absolutely historic and iconic. And, when I had my fashion show there, I thought I was going to die of goosebumps because how exciting is that? And then actually 10 years later, which was just last year, I showed another collection, which is part of the documentary that I'm making, which is called Collective Effort. And the premiere is going to be in October in New York City. We'll talk about that separately, maybe even closer to the event, because I absolutely would love you guys to come.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna bring you back on closer because we're gonna focus on
and the event on June 25th is part of my Wonderseries. Basically, it's me, being because you knew me as a designer. A lot has changed since then. So I'm a designer. I ventured into styling, into photography, production, and directing, producing, all that jazz. So from all my platforms, I am opening my doors to the public so they can come and enjoy watching the entire behind-the-scenes process. The entire behind-the-scenes process of a fashion photo shoot, something that is never, ever available. It's like coming to a luxury restaurant and asking, can I see how the kitchen is working? No, you can't. But
Agreed.
Now...
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
But now people can actually, and it's never been done before, because it's not just them, watching the process. I mean, that by itself is exciting, but I interact with the audience. They asking questions. I give them styling advice. I give them photography advice. I'm telling them how to pose because they see actual models getting posed. So they get tips on that, because people who are not models, they can absolutely use these tips, and they look better on photos.
Yes.
They look better when they travel, and it can give them some ideas how to dress up and how to use every day, basically, to enjoy clothes. Because I know a lot of people who are scared of fashion, and they shouldn't, because fashion is to be enjoyed, and it's what decorates our days. We're not doing anything wrong.
That's right. Listen, it's such a confidence booster, right? Like, even if you're feeling bad and you throw on some killer shoes and you put on your best, like, it's going to change your whole mood. And we're all about that. You're so passionate about everything that you do. I really want to know, like, did this start in your childhood? Was there something you were watching, something you saw, some fabric you touched, right? And you were like, this is what I'm going to do.
Well, the fact that I touched a lot of fabrics, that's for sure. Because what else are you going to do when your mother works at a Bolshoi theater, embroidering the ballet costumes, So that's how it started for me. It wasn't fashion per se, but that was the closest. I mean, imagine a kid growing in Russia when everything is gray and black and brown.
But I think that's like the most grand, if anything, right? Because it's all costume and it's billowy. Yeah. Like, wow.
Costumes, feathers, stones, embroideries. Later on, I found out that they weren't even feathers, because back in the day there was nothing available. So what they used to do, trick of the trade, right? They used to pull threads from fabric and then layer it on a wire, and from a distance it would look like ostrich feathers.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Now you have, here in America, we have everything. We have ostrich feathers, you know, pheasant feathers, peacock, crocodile feathers, you name it.
Right. Every kind of feather available.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And
amazing.
what you said, as far as passion, I think if we're not going to have passion, then why even bother? You guys have passion at what you do. I've been watching your programs. You have passion.
Thank you.
Passion is what drives, is what makes the world go round.
I agree. And especially when your passion is pointed in the right direction, right? Like we've spoken, your energy is so captivating and you're such a positive person. And we don't live in the most positive type of environment all the time, right? But being able to push through and persevere through that, and even just drop our light on other people that are kind of walking around gloomy. It's like, well, here's a little bit of light for you. Here's a little bit of light for you, right? Like that's so important because
light for everyone.
And VPR, everyone that's watching right now, this QIANA normally tries to drop the fashion tips on me, so I'm absorbing every fashion tip that I can get from this episode. So please, you have the stage. I'm letting you know.
I would love that. You know what?
Use me and abuse me.
What great fashion tips for men that are kind of like, I don't know how to go outside of my comfort zone, but I want to do something that makes me feel good and makes me look good.
Absolutely. Wonderful question. First of all, before I even respond, QIANA, you're doing a great job because I love his frames. So this is perfect. Keep doing what you're doing. It's already a step in the right direction. Very good. So now, tips. Okay, so I noticed that, first of all, I applaud any guy who decides, who feels the need, the desire to try something new, to maybe make his wardrobe better, elevate perhaps. So that's amazing. This is great, guys. Keep doing that. Now, I noticed that a lot of times people think, well, especially men, that if they're going to upgrade their wardrobe or elevate it, it would go from 0 to 100 like this. No, that's overwhelming and frustrating and intimidating, and I understand that. I'm not going to immediately suggest some, you know, futuristic looking blazer with spikes coming out or who knows what. No, it goes by steps, right? So first step, I would say to anyone, right? Work on the fit. Make sure, because, you know, a lot of guys nowadays are in great shape. They go to gym, they work hard on their bodies. What's the point to conceal it after baggy clothing, right? It doesn't make sense. Why did you work so hard? So make your clothes fitted. That automatically shows people, wow, you know, this guy is in great shape. So I can tell you right now, people can go several sizes smaller, and it's not going to look tight. It's going to look fitted and elevated. So that's first step. Second
Those
step,
European cuts be different on my body, man. You know what I mean? I go into H&M and them cuts be different. Their large is not large like from other stores now.
You're absolutely right. European sizes are different, but that's why you have to experiment. Definitely experiment with sizes, with brands. They all differ, and you'll find some wonderful options. It's all about the options. I always tell people and my students, you know, options are everything, and that's the best. That's the most exciting freedom of all. Experiment with clothes. You know, we can do this, and nobody can do anything about it. The other step would be. Next step would be experimenting with colors. So you can mix colors. You know, that would automatically make the wardrobe look more vibrant, more exciting. Next step would be experimenting with patterns, mixing them. Next step would be adding some avant-garde pieces, maybe some conversation piece, something that makes people talk and compliment, because that's how we start communicating. It's all about communication. You know, so there you go, and then sky is the limit. Then you can go nuts.
Right. But it's step by step, right, through the journey. Yeah. I love that. And guys, don't be afraid to experiment. Like, you know, I think they find it sometimes really like uncomfortable because they look at it as more of like a woman's thing. But no, I mean, you can really jump into it and dress for your body type and make yourself feel that much better. I mean, I love color and patterns and guys, I love to dress well. I mean, I think that's an amazing thing.
Exactly. And there's nothing feminine about it, even if it is. So what? But it's not, because First of all, if anything, women do appreciate, correct me if I'm wrong, Kiana, women
You're
do
right.
appreciate a guy who looks great and takes care of himself. Because not
Yes.
And don't
only,
forget, smell good.
oh,
Hello.
that's
I had to
also
smell
good.
good. The
It smells
cologne, the
good on
cologne
top of
matters.
it, and then boom.
Absolutely, absolutely. And plus, if you look at the centuries back, take a look at the 18th century, take a look at the 14th century. Any throughout the ages, guys look amazing. They could afford, or even if they couldn't, they would find ways to elevate their look. And especially nowadays, and especially in our country here, we have options on every tier. Everybody can afford looking amazing.
Guys should never be afraid, because if you don't know the mating ritual of the peacock, right? They go out in front of all the peahens, and it's the guy that has the peacock that has the most colorful, beautiful bloom. He does this whole show, right? So dress up a little bit, right? And you don't know who
Exactly.
you'll pull. Be the peacock of the room.
Exactly. Listen, and don't forget, people love looking at cool looking, unique, interesting, inspiring things. That's why they go to museums and movies. Don't forget that. People pay money to see something exciting. And we just give them that in real life. We're literally not doing anything wrong.
That's a
And if
fact.
somebody, don't forget, if somebody looks down at you, maybe it's because they don't have the balls to pull what you do.
You better
So,
talk about it.
that's a compliment.
Yes.
You know what? You're making a lot of sense right now. You are making a lot of sense. I have purchased clothes VPR. I had like these high water pants. I seen this hipster dude, and I was like, "Yo, I want to roll up my pants and wear a beanie hat rolled up like that." I bought the pants. It is still sitting in my closet for 3 years. Never wore it. I'm just like, I can't pull that off.
Pull them out and pull it off, FMI.
I have
You
faith
I
in
can't do
you.
that, man. I'm from a different place,
You
man.
can, and then some.
pull those
Like-
out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Kiana, you're with me on this, right? Please work with
I'm
him
with
on
you.
that.
I want to see it. See it, FMI.
Definitely. So, Leonid, I know you've had your work in featured in publications, prestigious publications, that collaborated with top brands. Can you share some like memorable moments or experiences or projects that like stuck with you?
Absolutely. Well, actually, behind me, you see a campaign I styled for Nikon. So that was one of the most incredible things. 17th century castle, an hour away from London. We had live zebra, live flamingo, live vulture. That's the flamingo. It was absolutely unforgettable. And online, on YouTube, you can see the entire process. Zero Photoshop. Everything that was happening on set. Included, there was a mermaid also. Yeah, we had a mermaid, and everything was real. That was memorable. Then I used to work with Liza Minnelli, actually. And I was helping her put her collection together for HSN, and I've been at her apartment twice. So that was beyond memorable, because here's this Oscar winner who you think iconic, and you think she would be the biggest diva, but she turned out to be the most incredible person. And something like this will never get erased from my memory, of course. Lil Kim wore my dress for the cover of her CD for one of the singles for Valentine's Day. She's another sweetheart. So, things like this, it makes me really happy. Styling a campaign for Cayman Islands Department of Tourism, which was everywhere, from billboards to Wimbledon to you name it, luxury magazines. So, something like this makes me kind of envy myself. But it's all comes to, going back to believing in yourself and great energy. I just want every single adult and teenager who's listening to us right now, I want them to remember that it's absolutely understandable not to have all the answers right away. I didn't either. And of course, it was trial and error to get to where I am, as it was for you guys, Kiana and DJ, for you to get where you are. So people, all these people who are listening to us and maybe, not sure of what they should be doing, or not sure what career path they should take, or maybe they hear a lot of naysayers, go right through this. Never let anyone stop you and divert you from your path, from your dream, because the universe is on your side, and we are on your side too. So everything's going to work out.
Yes, indeed. I love it. I absolutely love it. Please let people know your experience in New York on the 25th. How can they get tickets?
Tickets. So tickets are available on my Instagram in the link in bio. Instagram at Leonid Gurevich. Also on my Facebook page. On all the recent posts talk about it, including the profile picture. Or they can always go to ticketleap.com and just put my name in search, Leonid Gurevich, and they'll see everything.
Okay.
And you guys are absolutely there. I have 2 complimentary tickets for you. I refuse to have it if you're not there. So make sure you come. And then we'll have an after party right after.
I've cleared my schedule.
After the party, it's an after party, right? Jay-Z told y'all how it goes.
Exactly. Absolutely.
So what's next?
So I see that you're working. Go ahead, Kiara.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, FMI. I just want to know, like, what's the pinnacle for you? There's no stopping, right? There's so much growth through the journey, but like, what do you see as being the next big thing for you?
I want to take everything I've learned on my career trajectory so far, everything I've achieved, which is, I mean, quite frankly, a lot, between being 2-time immigrant, between being from illustrator to designer to stylist to photographer to editor to all that thing, producer. I want to continue bringing people unique experiences, people who are not necessarily experiencing them otherwise, because I built my career working with brands, working with designers, promoting their pieces. When I put designer pieces on a model, it ends up in a magazine. Designer benefits from it, but then new magazine comes out, nobody remembers what happened before. It's okay, but I want something bigger. I know I can do better, and I know there's a whole world that can use that kind of inspiration. I'm not just talking about myself. I'm talking about all of us artists who create something that inspires people, brings them hope, brings them, excitement. Because let's not forget, the more art injected in society becomes safer. Neighborhoods become safer when there's artwork on the walls, statues, something. And as artists, we've been doing that for centuries. We've been bringing that inspiration to people. So I want to continue doing that. And now I have the vision and means and teams to create incredible events for people, incredible experiences. And also, it's my way to fight the AI. I'm sorry, but it's unacceptable.
Okay.
Artists haven't been abused enough.
Talk that talk.
Writing to now they've got the chat GP, like I'm over it, you know what I mean? And I agree, these types of experiences, these immersive experiences that touch all of your senses, right?
Exactly.
That is what we need. That is what we need in life. That's where we come out feeling that fulfillment, feeling that joy, and really just kind of feeding the energy that we need. It's like when you go out into nature and you walk barefoot and you're absorbing those ions and you're just like, wow, I feel good. That's what happens when you immerse into that art.
Absolutely. And we're connecting there because it's like one big family, so to speak, of people who essentially have the same dreams and hopes. We want to enjoy life to the fullest. We want to not live in matrix. We don't want machines to take our future away. We want our parents to be proud of us. This is all that unites us, so we don't want to miss out on life. So, but how do you like now AI asking you, prove that you're not a machine. Here, count some traffic lights. Count some stairs.
We're not a robot.
Make the human prove that they're human, right?
Exactly. And then your finger, like, you hit something else, and then like, oh, here, recount some bicycles. It's beyond obnoxious. So that's my way.
It is
that's
so
my way to fight all that.
Recount some bicycles. I freaking love it.
It's true story.
So
no, but those are experiences by real people for real people. So yeah.
No, I agree with you. AI is scary.
I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna have withdrawal once we hang up because like I needed you in my life.
No, honestly, we love the positive energy you're bringing here this morning. Like I could use this. I'm excited for the 25th. I'm just like, I'm clearing my schedule. I have to see you in your element. That ties into my next question. So as a stylist and a director, you have a keen eye for fashion, visual storytelling. Are there any like specific trends or styles that you're more like leaning towards when it comes to creating, or that you like right now?
You know what? It's a great question. And my answer is, this is what I do, and this is what I suggest people do as well. I say, note what's happening and do the opposite. My motto, one of my mottos, is anything but cliche. Because the way I look at it, what's the point, for instance, of being Leonid Gurevich if I'm going to do everything that everybody else does? I'd rather do something different. They zig, I zag, for instance. You know what I mean? And yes, it's good to know what's happening. But listen, if people don't want to come to your event, for instance, they're not going to come even if you do something that everybody else is doing. So may as well do something else. You see what I mean?
Exactly
I'm grateful to
they
follow
zig and I zag. You are telling my story, honey. Okay, I'm so the anti everything else, right? Like,
yeah,
I agree.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get inspired by HBO, for instance, and you might be, well, what do you mean? It's not a fashion source. Indeed, it's not a fashion source, but they give you such unique ideas, such unique twists. Anything you expect, they do the opposite, and then some. So that's how I learned. I trained myself. I'm like, why would HBO, or what would HBO do? And then I do that translated to fashion.
You got all the one-liners today. Like, what would
You
HBO
bring the
do?
best to me.
Literally, you're on point.
He's a beast.
I'm on fire.
I love it.
I'm only like this with great people, just so you know. I'm a golden doodle in that sense. I get inspired by great people.
Wow, you are so awe-inspiring in yourself.
QIANA, I'm glad that we have him on as a guest. I would ask you to say some positive words for our guests, but you really that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But I'm just like, at this point, VPR, he has dropped some jewels.
My blood now.
So QIANA, you can take over. I'm loving the energy here, and I'm definitely gonna take some of this advice and apply it in some ways, especially with DJing and fashion.
Yeah, I mean,
well, thank you for saying all these wonderful things. But you know, guys, how people say we only live once, right? I actually disagree with that, because if you think about it, we live every day. We die once. So I think, why spend every day of our lives being miserable, being negative, being toxic? Some people do that, but why? Why not be positive? Why not enjoy connecting, creating?
Exactly. Elevating. And helping others to do that as well through what you're doing. So, I mean, we love it. I cannot wait for your experience. It's June 25th. You guys, please make sure you go follow him. Get those tickets. We want to see you there.
QIANA, I'm going to start promoting as soon as we finish the live. I'm like, yo, I'm telling all my people, if you come with me this day, watch this.
Mama's got to pull out something to wear, honey. Okay.
I got to get right. I got to get right.
Okay.
We're dressing up. Step and repeat. You know, this is exciting. We want to, especially after COVID.
Yes, absolutely. So we can't wait. It's going to be great. And we absolutely love you. We're going to have you back for October, before your next show, so we can talk about that. But before you go, please let everyone know again where to follow you. And thank you for all the beautiful energy that you brought.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. You are that guy.
Yeah, he is.
Thank you. That guy yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. And thank you to all the listeners. Unfortunately, I can't see your faces, but I feel your energy through the screen. Definitely come June 25th. You can find the tickets on ticketleap.com. Just put Leonid Gurevich in search, or find me on Instagram at Leonid Gurevich and see the link to the tickets in the bio. Or find me on Facebook, Leonid Gurevich, my first name, my last name, and in all the recent posts have the links to tickets, including my profile picture.
Perfect.
Oh, and the theme is fetish, by the way. The theme of the photo shoot is fetish. So what's not to love?
Mama's really gonna dress up now.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna step outside with
Okay.
my good shoes on. With my good shoes on.
Exactly. No, absolutely. Dress up, and bring your best. The envelope is not going to push itself. That's another motto of mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
You guys
love
are
it.
the best.
I'm writing them down. Trust
We
me.
can't
When I
wait
watch this interview back.
next week, and we'll have you back. We'll see you next week. We'll have lots of photos, and we'll have you back in October. And you stay with this amazing energy. Just keep that and keep blessing the world with all your talent and gifts.
Thank you.
One man can change the world, man.
Changing the world together. Thank you, guys. Absolutely. Right. Thank you so much.
Talk soon, my friend.
All right, man. Later.
Bye.
Amazing. Partner, do you feel the energy?
VPR.
Oh my gosh.
VPR, I've been cheesing this whole interview. Look back when you watch it back. My cheeks hurt right now from how much I've been smiling on. And I noticed it while we were doing the interview.
Yeah.
That's how much fun I'm having here with you, Key. That's how much fun I'm having with our guests.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to watch this back also. I feel like we're chronicling a part of our lives, and I can sit there and be like, hey, this is what me and QIANA were interviewing 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And there's so much beauty in that. So VPR, I thank y'all for watching. We wouldn't be here without you.